afternoon, folks. Big Bo here on a cold and, believe it or not, snowy day in Ringgold, Georgia. We don't get much of the white stuff down here in Georgia, folks. But today I'm going to bring you a nice deal. This is a 2002 Fleetwood Revolution. Fleetwood calls this the motorhome with an attitude. It's a great looking rig. It's a model number 40C. It's a 39 foot 11 inches. We'll call it 40 foot just for sake of argument. Class A motorhome. The model numbers again is a 40C. It's got 55,134 miles. This is the upper end of the Fleetwood series. Of course, Fleetwood, as many of you know, is one of the oldest manufacturers in the RV industry. And they have built more Class A and sold more Class A motorhomes than anybody else in the RV history. This particular one, like I said, it's a 40C, 40 feet long. It's 56,134 miles, folks. I'm sorry. Got a big, and I know it says 350 Cummins up there. It's a 330 Cummins. I'm not going to lie to you, folks. He just had his notes wrote down wrong when he priced it on the windshield, but it is a 330 ISC Cummins. So you got a 10,000 pound towing capacity, so it'll tow pretty much whatever you want to put behind it. Full pass-through storage, and we're starting to get a little bit more snow again, folks. Got a power awning, got a door awning, got window awnings. This is about as loaded out as you could ask a 2002 to be. Folks, this thing is almost 25% of what it costs new with 56,000 miles. Well, that old Cummins sounds good, don't it? And that's the bigger, that's the 8.3 liter Cummins. Not the 5.9 like the ISBs were, which was a great motor, but that's the bigger 8.3. That's a commercial grade Cummins like they put in the big rigs. Both slide outs have awning toppers. It's a good looking motorhome, folks. Good look. And this is full body paint. These aren't stripes, these are painted on. Got the HWH hydraulic leveling jacks, got the power gear hydraulic slide out systems. Folks, let me tell you, Fleetwood is the oldest, pretty close to being the oldest RV manufacturer in the industry still in business. And you don't even want to guess what these things cost new now. They're almost double what this thing cost new in 2002. Great buy for $54,900, folks, and that's a checked out, ready to go price. Includes full checkout by our certified RV techs and a personal walkthrough by the RV technicians for that low price. Let's look inside. Tires look great too, and it's got the wheel, the Alcoa wheels, instead of the wheel simulators. Let's take a look inside. It is getting chilly out here. Got the furnace on. Feels good in here. I'm gonna tell you, folks, when's the last time you saw, get this door shut here, save that heat. It's the last time you saw a 16-year-old motorhome that looked this good on the inside, folks. Beautiful interior, all leather furniture, leather flex steel captain's chairs. Odometer's kind of hid over here, but 56,134 miles. I mean, looks great. Generator, 1,100 hours, which for a diesel generator is not even broken in. That's a 7,500 Onan diesel generator, and it's got a Cummins diesel in it because Cummins builds Onan. And you can see this is a good looking rig, folks. Excuse me, folks, I said HWH hydraulic jacks. It's got power gear, so it's all matching power gear. Backup camera works great. They've obviously upgraded the TV. This thing came factory with a 27-inch, and somebody's put that HD TV up there. I like the fact it hardly has any carpet in it. In the main living area, somebody's added this linoleum floor that looks good. They actually done a darn good job putting it in, too. If I didn't know better, I'd say it was factory. But somebody's added this floor, they trimmed it out good. You know, and when people change the floor out, I mean, folks, and you've heard me say it on the videos, sometimes they do a good job, sometimes they do a crappy job. This one's a good job. So, wouldn't hesitate to worry about changing this out. I just leave it like it is, folks. Real Corian countertops, which is a man-made marble, still got the DuPont seal on there. You've got opposing sleeper sofas, leather. Well, actually, you know what? This left one right here is a sleeper sofa. This is a little J lounge. It probably just sleeps one person. I don't think it folds out and makes a bed because it's got ductwork underneath it. Corian table, got the original factory brochure, got the books and manuals in here. Got the upgrade 13 cubic foot refrigerator freezer with built-in ice maker, surround sound stereo. Notice the beveled glass, looks perfect, none of them's broken. Got a stove top, got a microwave convection oven. Got fantastic vent fans everywhere, which is an upgrade. And it's got a residential style faucet and sink, which is pretty neat. Sinks look good. The sink covers aren't broken. Got the filtered water dispenser. Of course, this unit's been winterized, so it doesn't have any water in it, so you don't have to worry about it freezing. We just walk toward the back. You've got a large walk-through bathroom. Corian vanity top here. Got a nice size shower. Of course, that seat folds up. Skylight looks great. You've got all fiberglass surround, so you don't have to worry about getting anything wet. Looks like we got to put an outlet cover right there, folks, but don't worry about that. That's some of that stuff's covered in our standard checkout. Porcelain RV toilet, again, fantastic vent fan instead of the cheap vent fans that they put in them, and a washer and dryer combo. And even though most of you will probably never use this, and this thing probably has very little use on it, it's there, and we're going to make sure it works for the 54.9. Walk here toward the back, got a huge rear bedroom. Queen Island bed, very comfortable mattress. I mean, we're sitting on top of a big 330 horsepower Cummins, folks, and you can actually carry on a conversation in here if I had another person in here with me. So definitely a well insulated model. It's not vibrating me to death. Cedar lined rear closet. You've got solid sliding privacy doors. It's a nice motorhome, folks. I guarantee you won't find many 2002s that look this good. Been well cared for. Got double ducted airs, double furnaces, heated basement. So it is a 4 seasons model. It's all the plumbing's enclosed. And if you've got your furnace on, and it's got ductwork going into the basement. So as long as you got your heat on, your basement's getting heated. That's where all your plumbing and your tanks are at. So keeps them from freezing. I mean, it's 31 degrees outside right now, folks, and spitting snow, and we're nice and comfortable in here. 56,134 miles. 330 Cummins with a 10,000 pound towing capacity. It's a good rig, folks. It's going to make somebody a nice motor home. I mean, you're saving 75% off what it originally cost new. It's going to be checked out, ready to go if you choose the option A price, which is what's attracted you to this motor home to begin with. That's that $54.9 price. That includes, and you know, I tell everybody, call and get one of our non-commissioned salespeople to send you over a list of what we check out and repair, of course, if it doesn't work, for the price that you pay. I promise you this, folks. And I've been in this industry for over 20 years. That checkout sheet that we do is way more extensive than you're going to find any other dealer is going to be willing to do on a 2002 model. But, you know, after 49 years in business, folks, one of the oldest, largest and most successful independently owned used RV dealerships in the country. We sell almost 600 used RVs a year. Our customers expect and deserve the best. That's why we go through that extensive checkout sheet. And we don't check them out till we sell them. The reason being is very, very simple. I have 170 used RVs in stock. If I have to pre-check every single one of them that comes in here, I'm going to have to hire a lot more techs. RV techs aren't cheap, and that means more overhead, and it's basic economics, folks. The more overhead a dealer has, the higher their prices are. I mean, they have to, just to cover expenses. So to keep our overhead down, to keep our prices down, we don't check them out till we sell them, and that's why you're buying a $65,000 RV for $56,900 or $54,900. Checked out, ready to go, no stress. I call it the stress-free option, folks. Worry-free, stress-free. That's the option A price, and that price is $54,900. I'm not taking a dime less than that if you want those services. Our prices are haggle-free, so in layman's term, that's firm. I'm not taking a dime less. Now, the only way I will discount the prices in our RVs is if you take what we call option B. Now, if you've never owned a motorhome before, I do not personally recommend option B. That's for people who's had several of them, that can do a lot of the basic repairs themselves, that knows how to operate them and knows how to use them. So if you've never had one before, I wouldn't even consider option B. But option B is we will discount the price on this RV, but you have to give up the inspection, you have to give up the walkthrough, you have to give up all that stuff, folks. Basically, you're buying it just like it appears in the video. You're buying it the same way we bought it, which is, as it sets. Take the good with any potential bad. Now, I don't think there's going to be a lot of stuff to fix on this. I noticed a couple of light bulbs out, like that outlet cover, things like that. But then again, I haven't put this thing through the paces like my RV techs will do. My RV techs will go through this checklist, basically simulate an overnight camping trip with it, run everything for several hours, make sure there's no issues. If there is issues, we'll fix them before you pick it up or before we deliver it, however you take it. Now that's option A only. Option B, like I said, if you take it home and it breaks in half, you own both halves of it. So anyway, $54,900 option A. If you want a price on option B, which is as is, just contact our sales department at 706-965-7929, and they will be happy to send you a list of what we check out for the option A price and repair if needed, and tell you what the option B price is. And if you don't have to make that decision, folks, if you want to come in, and I know that we sell 200 to 300 units a year to people sight unseen, and I really appreciate the trust that those people put in us to buy this major of investment without seeing the RV. But that far, even though that's the case, folks, I still highly recommend everybody come look at these RVs in person before buying. And we'll be completely honest with you. If you call us and ask us what's wrong with the coach, and if anything we know of is wrong with it, we're going to tell you what it is. I tell you that in my video, as many of you know. I point out the good and the bad. I don't sugarcoat anything. But, and we certainly appreciate the trust that people have put in us, and that's part of the reason why we've been in business for almost half a century. But anyway, folks, option A or option B, you're getting a good rig. And I know it's a 2002 model, but this in 2002 was one of the top diesels you could buy. It's not a cheap brand. It's not a base model brand by no means. This is one of Fleetwood's upper units, and it's a bargain, folks. People have taken care of it. I believe they've taken care of it. I don't see anything that would say they didn't take care of it. And believe me, folks, I look for every video you see. I probably look at 20 or 30 RVs for every video you see. I mean, I literally look at several hundred RVs a year. So I think this is a pretty good one. None of them's perfect. There's no such thing as a like new used RV. They don't exist. doesn't work that way. If somebody tells you it's like new, then they just hadn't found the imperfections yet. But anyway, folks, 54.9 will trade. Financing is available with approved credit and down payment. Nationwide delivery is also available because we sell, like I said, a couple hundred RVs a year completely sight unseen. Internet has changed the way everybody buys everything. I mean, you can buy cars online without ever stepping foot in a car showroom, like Carvana, for example. They don't even keep a showroom. You buy the car and they bring it right to your doorstep, or they've got this elaborate vending machine that you can put a token in and your car comes out just like a sandwich or something at a vending machine. Craziest thing I ever seen. And RVs are going that way too, folks. You can buy RVs like this one without ever setting foot on our property. You know, you can buy it, we'll deliver it to you, we'll answer any questions you have. You know, however you buy, folks, we'll accommodate you. And between me and y'all, I think 10, 15 years from now, the days of going on RV lots and browsing RVs will be over with. And I hate to say that, but the way everything's going online now, it's going to be a virtual world. I mean, people will be buying stuff like this every single day and never even meeting the sellers, never seeing where it's from. They won't see it till it pulls up in their driveway. And more people are buying that way every single year, folks. And me personally, well, I'll be honest with you. For my personal use, I want to see it, drive it, check it out before I buy it. Now, that's me. Everybody's got different. Even though now I do buy RVs for the dealership online or through a phone call without ever seeing them, but because I trust my buyers that we get these from, they know we only buy the best of the best. My buyers know that. I buy from a lot of dealers that don't sell used RVs. And I tell them, if it's not nice, if it's not at least an 8 or 9 out of 10, I don't want it. Sell it to another dealer. I'll leave the projects to the for sale by owners and the dealers. Now, I'll trade for anything. If you've got a project RV, I will trade for it. But there's a big difference on what we trade for and what we buy. We buy only the best to resell to our customers. So if I say we bought it, then you can rest assured it's going to be one of the nicest RVs for that particular make and model on the market, or I wouldn't have bought it to begin with. Trade-ins, you can kind of take them with a grain of salt. There's good ones and bad ones in trade-ins, but when they're actually a one we purchase, again, folks, we are very, very selective on what we buy. In fact, I keep an ad on Craigslist and several area Craigslist that we buy RVs from individuals. And let me tell you something, folks, about 50% of the RVs that people bring up here for us to look at, to appraise and give them what we'll pay them for it, I won't buy. I tell them I'm not interested at any price. And it just amazed. I seen one earlier today, even in the snow, the crap that people try to sell for sale by owner would make you sick. And I'm sure some of you who've seen for sale by owner RVs, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I don't see how they even stay and use those RVs in the condition they're in, much less try to sell it. That's why they can't sell them. So, got a little panel off here. No big deal. That's just a plumbing access to the shower. Pop a couple of screws on there. Like I said, even as nice as we buy them, folks, there's still always going to be one or two little things with them. That's why we offer that option A checkout price, so that you don't have to worry about it. It'll be taken care of, and it's a worry-free, stress-free option. But now that option is the $54.9 price. I'm not negotiating, folks. The days of haggling are long over with, because if the price wasn't attractive to you, you wouldn't be watching this video to begin with. And as sure as you look online, get online and Google 2002 Fleetwood Revolution 40C and look what's out there. Compare the price and the condition to ours. See if it comes with a complete checkout by certified RV techs and a walkthrough showing you how to operate everything. But anyway, folks, 54.9 will trade. Give us a call, 706-965-66 7929, evenings and Sundays 423-605-6747. Our website's parkway.rvcenter.com. If you want to see our inventory, subscribe to my YouTube channel. We're on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. We're on 20 of the most popular for sale websites for RVs on the internet. And this one's going to be listed on about 20 different RV websites here in the next few hours. Hundreds of people are going to see this video, and even more people are going to read the ad, look at the pictures, and I promise you folks, you're not the only interested party looking at this video. So give us a call, 706-965-7929. Come here to 5568 Battlefield Parkway in beautiful Ringgold, Georgia if you want to see it in person. If you'll give us a minimum 24-hour notice, we'll either hook it into power or crank the generator, turn everything on, let you do your own inspection, and then you can decide if you want to do option A or option B. But just give us 24 hours notice, make an appointment, date, and a time, and please be here on time. I don't use commission salespeople. That's one reason why my prices are so much lower, because the average RV salesperson that works off commission gets 25% of the gross profit as their pay on every RV that they sell. So that means that the RV dealership has to mark their units up an additional 25% to cover the salesperson's commission. That's one reason why our prices are so much lower than the big corporate dealers. Plus, we have less overhead, so we don't have to get rich on everything we sell. We have a very minimum markup, and, you know, trust me, folks, I promise you, if you came in here and you saw the operation that we run, and having to pay all these employees every week, paying all these parts, paying all the taxes, and paying all the service and all that stuff, folks, for what little we make. If you knew what little we made on RVs, there would be no way that any of you would do it. But we do it, folks, because we learned a long time ago. We may not get rich on every single RV we sell, but we sell more of them. That's what being a high volume dealer is all about. Now, if we only sold 2 or 3 units a week, there's no way I could keep this place in business selling these things for the markup that we have. I would have to go up the same price as everybody else. But because that we sell 12, 15 RVs a week, even in the wintertime, wasn't for that, folks, I couldn't sell these things for the markup that we have. And, you know, and like I said, we make our dollar with 10 dimes instead of 4 quarters. That's what my grandfather said when he started this place back in 1968. And that way of doing business is why we're still here 49 years later, and almost 50 years. Thank you for watching my video. If you have any questions at all, call us. You can email us at sales@parkway.rvcenter.com. You can apply for financing from our website, parkway.rvcenter.com. Make sure when you do the credit app online, make sure you put correct contact information. Folks, you're sending us your personal information, your social security number, what you make a year, and all this other information to try to get pre-approved for financing. Why don't people put a phone number on there? I don't understand it. You're giving us everything else. What's a phone number? You know, you're not going to. And I guess I'm showing my age. I don't understand the younger generations today that would rather email or text than talk on the phone when it comes to a major purchase. I mean, for many of you, besides your home, this is the most expensive item you've ever bought. And you're not going to burst into flames if you use that little known function on your phone called the telephone button to pick up a phone and call somebody. I don't understand it. And I may be ranting a little bit there, but you know, when you're buying, if I'm going to pay $55,000 for something, you're damn right I'm going to talk to them on the phone. I'm not going to sit there and text them and spend hours texting back and forth. My guys don't have time for it. You know, I sell almost 600 RVs a year with 4 non-commissioned salespeople. You can learn more in a 10-minute phone conversation than you can in an hour reading and writing emails and texting back and forth. So please, folks, we prefer phones for doing business, or in person preferred. And if you can do that, you're going to get faster response, and we'll be able to take care of you better. Anyway, give us a call. Hope to see you soon here in beautiful Ringgold, Georgia.